and in this video I just would like to give my thoughts on the state of development in public blockchain in the year 2020, and also go over some of the opportunities available in 2020 when it comes to crypto investment. First off, I'd like to thank the OMF Orange team for sponsoring this video, and towards the end of the video I'll give you more information, my thoughts on the OMF Orange project. Before I get started, I just want to give you a background of my professional path and how it led me to being an expert in blockchain. So I studied computer science at university. Went to San Jose State University in Silicon Valley, California. And after college, I took some odd jobs to try to save up enough money to continue my education. That led me to actually pursuing a career in finance. I figured that if I, wanted to raise money to finish my education, I should learn everything I could about money. So I became a stockbroker. But unfortunately for me, I couldn't have chosen a worse time. This was around 2007, 2008, during the housing bubble and subsequent crash. So I never really made the kind of money that I wanted to finish my education. But it did give me a lot of insight into the finance industry, and more notably, the flaws in the industry. So after the bubble and the crash, I lost my job, and then I went back to working, odd jobs in order to continue my education. After working in tech for a few years, I discovered Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and this discovery kind of changed my path. Prior to that, I started working random jobs in tech, mostly back-end coding, but I saw the potential in the future of cryptocurrency. So I decided to use my previous skills as someone who worked in finance, plus my technology skills, and really immerse myself in this community. To me, it's something I became really excited with, and I could see how it solved a lot of the previous problems we had when it comes to centralized finance. So I decided to devote the rest of my career to cryptocurrencies. I'm pretty experienced when it comes to the Ethereum blockchain, Bitcoin. I've done everything from mining, research, and development of smart contracts, and I hope to continue doing this through the rest of my career. So I'm excited for what the future holds. With that out of the way, this brings me to where do I see development and investment in public blockchains going this year. This year, beginning of the year, everyone was mostly concerned with the halvening, Bitcoin having its reward for miners. This was seen as very bullish for the whole market. Little did we know the halvening would occur around the time the markets in the West would be dropping rapidly. This year we've had a lot of surprises and a lot of challenges, and that was one of them. Even though the Bitcoin market hasn't rallied as people were expecting, it did something different that people who weren't in the crypto industry might have expected. This year, even though Bitcoin did not rally, I believe it's a very positive year for crypto. I feel like it has gained more mainstream attention and more mainstream investment. Crypto has shown its strength in this year. Many people around the world dropped their local currencies for Bitcoin to weather the financial storms that resulted from the recent pandemics and other issues around the world. And for me, this is positive development in the crypto industry. I really feel that the industry is starting to mature, and many people who didn't take Bitcoin or other public blockchains seriously now are. So the future is very bright, as they say. When it comes to other developments for public blockchain, Ethereum and all its associated tokens and ICOs have been moving in a very clear direction towards decentralized finance. And for me, it's great because this is my expertise. It's allowing people to take control of their money and do it in a very decentralized way to where there's more transparency, and you don't have to rely on central banks or large corporations who often overcharge you or generally mess things up. So this year has proven that even though there's economic turmoil, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two largest environments and cryptocurrencies, have remained strong and have even grown over the years. This year, in technological development on public blockchains, we've seen many projects try to move to proof of stake for their new coin minting, general consensus, and transaction validation. With the most notable project, number 2, in terms of market capitalization, Ethereum, attempting to do this. They've had some trouble implementing all of the features, but they're determined to get proof of stake done. For me, this isn't a threat to any investment in mining coins such as Bitcoin. When it comes to use case, the two different flavors of crypto and public blockchain are completely different. Like people invest in Bitcoin and other mining coins for security and scarcity sake, and Ethereum for another proof of stake coins for the DeFi features and smart contract features. There's complete different types of investment. So I invest in both types, and I don't really have a preference. The great thing about crypto and public blockchain is that it's so diverse. There is something for everybody. So any type of technological development is a positive in my book. And when it comes to proof of stake, it's going to be many years before even a large percentage of coins are proof of stake. Bitcoin has been around for 11 years now, and it's had a great track record when it comes to security and safety of your funds. Most of funds lost, it's usually because of exchanges and other reasons, but not because of the network. So for me personally, this year is the beginning of the larger financial system taking public blockchain seriously. Bitcoin by itself has seen two large boom and bust cycles, including the one in 2017, and then this year has weathered the recent market turmoil in the United States pretty well. So it's a very safe investment, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So it's can only grow from here. The other factor that kind of sets it apart is the scarcity factor. Early this year was the halvening, where the reward for mining was cut in half. And it's usually a very positive sign for the price action when it comes to Bitcoin and also the larger market, other public blockchains. But like this year, actually the last several years, your options when it comes to investing in Bitcoin and other public blockchains has changed a little bit. It's no longer very viable for an individual to purchase mining equipment for themselves. The market has become much more competitive, which is a positive thing in the long run. So if you want to profit off of the price action, you can do that fairly easy when it comes to investing through exchanges. And also, if you are more comfortable with working with Ethereum and DeFi, you can leverage, your money safely with smart contracts. When I first started, looking into cryptocurrency, I did mine, but for me by myself, it was difficult because I didn't have the resources available. But now, an individual who wants to profit off of mining, there's other options. You can invest in mining funds, which is generally sometimes better because you're working with professionals with a lot more resources, and when you pool your resources, working with others around the world, it's much easier to profit. And I'll speak on that later on when it comes to Order Mine Fund, which is one good example of a company using technology to mine efficiently. So where do I see the industry going in the near future? Recently, there's been a lot of turmoil in the markets, traditional and blockchain. So it's really hard to predict where it will move, but we do see a lot of interchange between those two markets. Traditionally, like blockchain and the traditional financial market had an inverse relationship, but recently we saw that they're starting to correlate. And I really believe that's because there's starting to become more products and connections between old finance and new finance. And I really believe that that should continue into the future. We're seeing that when it comes to the emergence of DeFi and people being allowed, able to stake their coins or use their coins as collateral for loans. For me, I personally do this, and it has a lot of advantages to just getting a regular loan from a bank. One is I'm able to keep whatever coin that I use as collateral, and still be able to pull value out of it, and also be able to maintain, be able to take advantage of that coin potentially raising in value. So DeFi is kind of the hot, industry this year when it comes to blockchain, but I believe fairly soon, tokenization of assets will also be pretty big. We do kind of see that happening with Bitcoin, even though it is a blockchain product. It hasn't really had much interchange with the Ethereum network or DeFi. But this year, actually very recently, many companies and projects are starting to wrap Bitcoin, as they say. So you can use Bitcoin as collateral for loans on the Ethereum or other smart contract blockchains, which is a good development, So it takes a little pressure off of the Bitcoin blockchain when it comes to transactions, and also allows people to keep their Bitcoin and pull value out of it whenever they need it. So for me, it has positive price implications in the future for both the Ethereum network and Bitcoin network. And also that interchange of use between blockchains is a positive development for me. So it kind of unites the two camps. And in the future, blockchain and the traditional financial market will also be united. So I'm very hopeful for that. And now let's bring me to the topic of Order Mine Fund Project Orange. This year has offered many challenges, but also many opportunities to profit. When it comes to investing in challenging times, diversification is always a good idea. I believe that many in the traditional financial sphere are seeing the opportunities in public blockchains. And I believe that Order Mine Fund moving to public blockchain this year is coming along at just the right time. And also, an investment in Order Mine Fund is a diverse investment. Order Mine Fund is known for its smart, efficient mining technology. And also this year, when it comes to moving to public blockchain, they're in a great position to profit off of the recent DeFi boom. So me personally, I'm excited to continue my work with Order Mine Fund, and I'm excited to build products that will help people profit in challenging times. Thank you.